This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Friday at midnight, the GOP clown car with the cartoonishly inept Donald Trump at the wheel drove the federal government straight into a stupid wall because of his stupid wall. Congratulations, Republicans, with your party having complete and total control of the presidency and all that comes with it, and the entire Congress. You managed to enter your third shutdown of 2018. But whereas the one in January lasted a couple of days and the one in February lasted but a few hours, the one we just entered into on December 22nd is likely to stick around for a while, and it's likely to hurt. Let me explain. This shutdown was never supposed to happen. The funding bill that the House and the Senate both passed, and that Trump was looking good and ready to sign on December 19th, was supposed to avert this disaster. The reptilian Republican that is Mitch McConnell had been trying to gently and sensuously massage Trump on finally giving up his idea of a border wall. And McConnell even proudly announced on December 18th that, quote, the administration is extremely flexible on this issue, unquote. The bill did not include any money for the wall, and Trump looked ready to sign anyway. But of course, all those GOP governing chops were flushed right down the shitter once the likes of Ann Coulter got wind of the deal, which I talked about on Friday. It was an epic, embarrassing ordeal to witness that this master deal maker, this stable genius with the biggest brain and the best words, could be manipulated by the likes of Ann Coulter was beyond cringeworthy. But lest we forget, our commander-in-chief apparently loves to be spanked into submission. And sure enough, the right-wing tongue-lashing got him to dig in his heels, and he steadfastly refused to sign. And so, Friday at midnight, the third shutdown of the year, again under Republican leadership, began. But here's the problem. All signs are pointing to this being an unbearably long shutdown. And knowing the absolute stupidity and bragging about setting records, it shouldn't surprise anybody that this idiot may want to go for an all-time record, even relating to something as terrible as this. Yeah, back in the 90s, Bill Clinton and the opposing party in Congress, headed by Newt Gingrich, battled into a two-part, 27-day shutdown over funding of Medicare, education, environment, and public health. And this shutdown had the makings of taking longer than that. For starters, Mick Mulvaney, the incoming acting chief of staff, has already announced on Sunday that it's likely the negotiations will go into the new Congress. And the new Congress's swear-in date is January 3rd. And that would already stretch the shutdown to at least 13 days. And if Trump and the GOP think that the Democratic House of Representatives, the same one that has had freshman members who literally just won on a platform of abolishing ICE, that they'll somehow bend the knee on this idiotic wall, well, then they're as demented as they seem. There will be no money for this wall from this House, not when the entire blue wave election of 2018 just happened, the one that flipped 40 seats for the Democrats, and it was rooted in a battle cry of resisting Trump and his dangerous agenda, particularly on his immigration policy. And this is the House that is coming in to subpoena his tax records and possibly begin the impeachment process. This House is not about to start giving Trump his little toy bricks to start building his fragile ego wall just so he won't pout. So we're about to see how far the absolute stubbornness of Donald Trump is going to sink us. He wants a wall. Even the GOP is getting embarrassed with how much he wants the wall. Bob Corker, the Tennessee Republican, is calling it a made-up fight so the president can look like he's fighting. Pat Toomey, the Pennsylvania Republican, is trying to soften his blows, saying that, quote, "We have an impulsive president. We know that," unquote. And even radical Mark Meadows, a Republican from North Carolina, is cautioning Trump, telling him from TV interviews that, quote, "I don't think that raising the political pain is an appropriate negotiating strategy," unquote. Well, good luck, gentlemen. Good luck getting your orange Humpty Dumpty to give up his big, beautiful wall. But in reality, I think this conflict will resolve itself in semantics. We've all seen Trump tweet out the spiky little fence that he's now calling a wall. So maybe there's some talk around that McConnell, Schumer, and Nancy Pelosi can agree on that looks nothing like a wall and acts nothing like a wall and costs nothing like a wall, but that Trump will finally agree to chalk up to a win as his wall anyway. Then again, I sure do hope that doesn't happen. I am beyond tired of giving in to petulant demands of crusty, cranky Donald Trump every time he politically soils himself. Enough! The physical wall he wants is absolutely useless, and the dollars that he wants for it can go to Flint. They can go to Puerto Rico. They can go to fire relief right here in California, and so many other uses that our government's responsible for. But yeah, third shutdown in a year, GOP. Boy, when you tell us the government isn't the solution for everything, you ain't kidding. I guess the new GOP model should be, if it ain't broke, then quick, get out there and break it. Dicks.